I often think about how many of the things that we have to do are simply just letting go and just simply realizing that you're quite fine with who you are and you just go. Right? Like, I think it's really interesting. Most conversations you'll have, people will preface things that they're guilty about all the time. And they'll say, well, I don't do that. I don't watch television. I don't go onto social media. I don't do this. And if it's within the sort of narrow definition of what society thinks is appropriate, right? Like, oh, I eat, I get up at 4 in the morning. I work out. All those kind of things. This is a preface with. And it's an interesting conversation when you have these sort of cues with other people where they're cueing these things. Ultimately, most times when I have those conversations with people, I come out of that not feeling good. And it's not usually in the moment. I'm thinking about it after, and I'm like, why did that person say that particular thing? And ultimately, you really have to realize that it's on them that's having that. And, it's their thing that they're dealing with deep down inside. And it's really not you. I've become so attuned to that over the years where I know that, for the most part, everybody is human beings and we all do human stuff. And, um, and it doesn't matter what it is, right? We are all guilty of being human. Um, and we all do them equally the same. The more that I kind of live life, the more I realize that this idea of productivity and the idea of certain sort of characteristics and idealistic ways of viewing the world is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And um, you know, I think about this because that forces people to have this sort of idealistic view of the world, and then they have this enormous amount of guilt in every interaction that you have. This is very common um, in within the spaces where it's very competitive, right? Like I think about academia, but I also think like law and all of these kind of programs where you're competing and the structure is competition, and everybody has this conversation. The first thing that comes out of their mouth is, well, I would never do that. But this is I found this one thing, a small little thing, but I never do it. I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, you know, it's okay. Um, and you're gonna feel bad when you have those reactions. And it's interesting when you're around multiple people that have that same sort of genetic makeup where they have to preface that they're, it's just kind of one-upmanship kind of stuff. Um, but it's on the micro side where multiple people are doing that, and then eventually it's like, oh, I get up at 4 in the morning and do all the stuff. I just want to like remind you that you're perfectly good, and it's on them, right? Like you can't fix any of those thoughts that they're going through, and you just simply have to wish them the best all the time, right? And walk on and work on. Yeah, it's not going to feel good, but at the same time, work on yourself so that you can get through the day where you're feeling okay. And I think coming back to that, where you're just working on you knowing that you got these things. For me, I have a lot of social anxiety. I hate being around larger groups of people. I just don't have a great feeling with that. Um, and I've been working on it, and it's been better. But find your thing, and whenever you bump into those moments, and you have those moments, just first of all, distance as much as you can because it doesn't make you feel good. But then after that, just take a step back and realize you're doing okay at any given moment, and you have your thing, other people have their thing, and you just wish everybody well. You can't fix what they're thinking, you can't fix the situation that's not going to go away, but you can just wish people well and have that quiet confidence inside where you're just doing okay at this moment. And ultimately, we all have something. We're all screwed up in some sort of way. And we got to take a step back and realize we're okay. And that's it. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day. Morning.